Knowledge is power, but it can also be dangerous. It can take on a life of its own and spread easily through communities, taking on the legitimacy that it simply doesn't deserve without any sort of validation. The more aware we are of what misinformation looks like, the better equipped we are to fight it and distinguish between good and bad information. You know what you know, and you believe what you believe. But do you actually know it? If someone else can tell you that your knowledge isn't as reliable as one might hope, then how can we be sure of that, right? The answer is, we can't. If someone knows something to be true without a doubt, then they have knowledge. Knowledge is a tricky thing to pin down. What is true for one person may not be true for another. Protagoras, one of the most influential ancient Greek philosophers, believed that truth is relative. Not in the sense that it's entirely different for every individual, but that our interpretations of the truth can differ based on our experiences and circumstances. The history of skepticism can be traced back to ancient Greece when two major schools of skepticism emerged, the academic school and the Pyrrhonian school. The academic school sought to prove all knowledge claims were true, while the Pyrrhonian school doubted everything. One of Pyrrhonism's more radical tenets held that nothing could truly be known. The Pyrrhonian also held that no positive truth could be proven, nor any universal rule established. They felt that any statement about the nature of reality, or about ethics or politics, was as likely to be false as true. According to the 17th century philosopher René Descartes, humans are born with an innate ability to recognize fundamental truths such as that we exist, b. that God exists, c. that many of the things we can see and hear are real, and d. that numbers, shapes, and logic exist. These innate perceptions provide humans with the basis for all higher forms of knowledge. Locke's theory of empiricism proposes that all knowledge comes through experience. This means we cannot learn without first being exposed to a sensation, and then experiencing an idea or reflection about it. The theory argues that we can only understand what is already in our mind. We do not create the world through thought. Locke believed that human knowledge originates from experience. Everything you know is first experienced by your senses at some point. There are internalists, externalists, and testimony divides them thoroughly. Internalists believe that you have to experience it for it to exist. You have to have tangible knowledge and experience. Externalists are the opposite. They believe we can know things without experiencing them ourselves. We can just pick up the knowledge from people and places and not have a clear-cut evidential list to explain it. Testimony is second-hand knowledge or reading the accounts of someone else. The externalists would be fine with this approach, but the internalists find fault depending on the author. Then there is John Locke, who would have contested the validity of any account that he hadn't experienced firsthand. The most flexible school of thought that gives everyone a bit of validity is found in contextualism. Contextualism is exactly as it sounds. Depending upon the context the information is found in, depends upon its validity. You can know something without first-hand experience if you are getting it from a reliable source. You can experience something and learn from it and have knowledge. Contextualism encompasses all aspects of the schools of philosophies regarding knowledge acquisitions.